Are you aware that we are facing an energy crisis? From the smallest activity of our life to professions, business and companies, we use energy. Because of high demand of energy in our daily life, the source of energy is now the biggest problem of our country. 94% of petroleum that we are using in converting energy is coming from the external. Because of the importing that we are doing, we can assure that the supply of energy is sufficient. This is a huge fact that our country doesn't have the capability to supply the whole country the energy we need. Let me introduce you to triple C. Care, conserve, and convince. Care. We need to have care about this issue because we are all involved. We are all affected because we are all guilty. Second, conserve. Conserve energy. Because the energy that we use for the things that we want is supposed to be the energy that we use for the things that we really need. Lastly, convince. Convince others to become responsible in using energy. Use it in a way that we can help others, and especially our country. Triple C is the key to help our country. It will lead us to make up our mind that the energy is not unlimited. Triple C is the first step to resolve and stop energy crisis.
My topic is all about legalizing marijuana as medicinal purposes in the Philippines. Legalizing marijuana as medicinal purposes in the Philippines. What exactly is marijuana? Should marijuana be legal across the Philippines, and will it benefit us? The topic of legalizing marijuana has been a very controversial issue in our society. Marijuana, also known as pot or hemp, is a naturally grown substance that contains THC. There are many stand divided when it comes to this never-ending debate, but I firmly believe that marijuana should be legal across the Philippines. Marijuana can cure diseases such as cancer, AIDS, asthma, and even nausea. And I believe some Filipinos will cure their disease, and they have the chance and hope that even marijuana can cure their disease. And let's support the government to approve and implement marijuana as medicinal purposes in the Philippines.
Replacement of AI as workers, entitled Don't Let the AI Bite. In a world where technology plays a huge part in everyone's life, we have witnessed robots and machines as an important product of technology, with the application of artificial intelligence that replacing many jobs that used to be done by people. Yes, it gives more convenience, makes less mistakes, work faster, save money, and more precisely than people do. This is why many businesses in all fields are starting to use more machines. On the contrary, it is also starting to take over the role of people in every company and every factory. Thus, it makes people lazy and unhealthy because we are depending too much on the things that we create ourselves. We must not let this AI or artificial intelligence eat us.
DENGVAXIA vaccination. According to Philippine Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, the safety of the Filipino children is a prime consideration as health official meets on amplification of Sanofi Pasteur's advocacy on DENGVAXIA. This statement is really contradicting to what happened to our Filipino children through DENGVAXIA vaccination. The safety of hundreds of thousands of school children were harmed and put their lives at risk. Seeing this situation, I must say that the government, together with the health officials, should be the one to blame regarding this issue. They impose a program without even considering its bad effect for the victims. Unfortunately, children are the victims of this impulsive decision of our government. That's why many Filipino families suffer. The government should have a proper research through experimentation and observation before implementing such programs. They must use a wise decision-making in order to prevent such problems that may occur in our country, especially with this health-related issue.
Animals always tend to be a man's pet, giving them as much food, love, and even the things they need. But as science innovates and progress, Animals can be a variable to research. Cosmetics and even drugs are tested on animals to see if there were effects if they were used or taken by humans. Yes, there are products which are tested on animals. Some of these products are famous brands. Who knows, maybe it's one of the products you were using. But you can always research on that. Although this may be beneficial, animals were still harmed in the process of testing. Most of us have pets at home. We can't even afford to see them struggling. But what if our pets were used to be tested on some products? This just opens the reality that even the small and innocent organisms can be used to satisfy a man's research. I believe that all living organisms other than humans, especially animals, needs to be protected. Let us all hope that we can stop this animals testing. We can start from ourselves. You can start also. Even a small step can stop if we are all willing to participate. Animals are part of the society. Let us all keep them safe and let us all allow them to live peacefully. Thank you.
Water scarcity. Water scarcity is a lack of sufficient available water resources to meet the demands of water usage within a region. I know every one of us has a knowledge in this crisis, and we all know that we're experiencing it today, especially in Manila area. So for me, to prevent this crisis, we need to work together not only for ourselves but also for our environment as well. And these are the causes of water scarcity. Overuse of water, pollution of water, and drought. And these are the effects of water scarcity. Lack of access to drinking water, hunger, diseases, and poverty. Because of this, we suffer a lot. To prevent this, let's start to recycle water, improve sewage system, and support clean water initiative. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that we need to consider when we're looking at water scarcity and how we can deal it. And if we start to look at this issue as a whole, and we work hard to make sure that we are able to make a difference when it comes to this widespread issue, we are going to be in a much better place to help people all over the world in preventing in this issue from getting worse. Thank you.
The modernization of jeepneys. Jeepneys are the symbol of Filipino creativity, innovativeness, and ingenuity. The study shown that jeepneys are one of the biggest contributors in air pollution. In this case, LTFRB introduced the modernization of jeepneys. Under the program, the proposed vehicle are low carbon and low emission technology that will help our environment and our health not to be at risk. As a commuter, I do agree in modernized jeepneys because it has a better payment system in which no more passing of change from one to another. You'll just need is a loaded beep card and you're good to go. Second reason is modernized jeepneys are more spacious and uphold safety and security than the old jeepneys. In terms of economic, modernized jeepneys will help to enhance the tourism industry because of its new look and uniqueness that will attract the tourists to come more often in our country. Let's support the modernization of jeepneys, not just because of the benefits of the commuters, but the environment and economy.
How social media can affect human health. Social media is a powerful tool we use to connect and share things in the world in just a snap. That's true, but do not let that fool you. Social media can affect human health. Long-term effect. Mentally, many are depressed and has anxiety, and one big factor is what they see and share on the internet. Physically, it makes human inactive because all they do is sit and scroll and do things that are bad for their health. Instead of engaging in sports, exercise, and do things that are good for their health. Also, instead of we socialize, we spend most of our time on social media, taking away the time we should be mingling with families and friends. But more than that, a prolonged exposure to gadgets used to connect us to social media can greatly affect our health. Long-term effect. Eyes having blurred visions, seizures, and radiation exposure are just a few. Social media is good when you use it for its purpose, but more than that, it's bad for us. Thank you.
Why do Filipinos want a third telco player? There are currently two major telecom players in the Philippines right now. For me, it is obvious that a quite number of subscribers are not totally satisfied with their service that they're getting, because nowadays, internet is very important to us. It is used in business, educational purposes, and most importantly for communication. In this speech, I will give you one reason why we think there is a need to have a third telco player in the Philippines. There used to be three major telecom players, PLDT, Smart, Globe, and the Digital Sense Cellular between 2003 to 2011, and we saw how fierce the competition was. In addition, third telco means more choices for consumers. It would not give in or to be forced to be under a telco that doesn't specifically cater to their needs and wants. Why do Filipinos pay more for slow internet? I came to the conclusion that we Filipinos pay more for slow and expensive internet is because we simply have no other choice.
Good day. First, I want to open up your mind about depression. Nowadays, not just students or teenagers are suffering depression, but recently, a number of teachers committed suicide. Depression is a mental illness due to chemical imbalance, includes more phenylephrine or less serotonin. Stress are the triggers to happen chemical imbalance. Reports of committing suicides are very alarming, and it is due to workload at schools. People, let us help them to make their load lighter by giving A, B, C.
Go.
Admire them, adore them. A little appreciation will make them glad, and our compliment as their motivation. Break. Teachers are human too. They have other steps need to attend to. Give them a pamper day. Care. Show them that they are not lonely. They have us to help. Show care for them to continue educating us. These key points will help them to their problems. Students, let us be the change. Small acts of showing ABC is the start of progression. As said by Rizal, nasa kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan.
May persuasive speech about prohibiting plastic bags. Plastic bags are one of the most dangerous to our environment. You never would guess, right? Well, these bags contribute to environmental issues in several ways. We need to understand the problem that being caused by the easy-to-carry plastic bags and stop their use. It is high time we must understand the intensity at which plastic bag is destroying our environment and making life difficult for plants, animals, marine creatures, as well as human beings. It is in our favor to stop their use and switch to eco-friendly alternatives. These are the alternatives. Instead of taking plastic bags to carry your grocery item and other stuff, we can carry our usable jute or cloth by each time we head to the market. The use of plastic bags products must be lower to ensure a cleaner environment. Thank you.